Jules Mitchell here from the Big Happiness Experiment, and I have an experiment for you to try out today. And this experiment is to boost your connection to nature. And we know, all the studies show us, that when we connect to nature, to the natural world, it actually really helps us to create some real feel-good chemicals in our nervous system, and that can calm down any anxiety, any stress, any overwhelm. So this experiment is slightly different. It's not going to tell you to go out and sort of walk in nature, although that is a fantastic thing to do. It's just a really simple thing to do when you are at home, okay? So very often when you are bored or distracted, or no, not even distracted, that's not the word I want to use. When you are bored, when you are overwhelmed, when you are angry, when you are frustrated, very often we will turn to our mobile phone, our devices, as a form of distraction, okay? And that distraction then makes us perhaps feel a little bit better because we, have a little browse, we find something that we didn't know, or someone's commented on something. So you actually get a reward for going on your phone. So what you actually are doing is you are following a behavioural loop system. Now, as human beings, we have our own internal GPS. And that GPS is programmed in a way that actually helps us to evolve as human beings, and also to pattern match. So in our wonderful brains, we've got this system, and it's our whole nervous system really, that actually helps us to survive, really. That's what our GPS is for. But unfortunately, in the 21st century, it's gone a little bit awry. So I call our GPS I call us with our GPS good prize seekers. So that's what we are always looking for. We're looking for a reward. We're looking for that feel-good moment. And what happens is we have sort of three elements to this. We have the cue, the trigger, as I like to call it. We then have a behaviour, and then we have a reward. So the trigger for you might be that you're just a little bit, fed up of what you're doing, maybe a little bit bored about the piece of work that you're doing or what you're doing at home. And so therefore, because you're bored or you're frustrated or you're fed up, that's your trigger. And then you might then automatically, behaviourally, perhaps go on your phone and do a little bit of a scroll and have a look round, and maybe, someone's commented on your post. So when you do the scroll, that's the behaviour. The reward is the feeling that you get from actually doing that. So it's actually, you're not bored anymore and you're not frustrated anymore because you found something else on here, and then you've gone on to there, and then half an hour later you realise you're still there. So that is an internal GPS. So what I want you to do is I want you to, every time you recognise you're about to use the behaviour of going on your phone, that's quite a disconnecting behaviour, believe it or not, if we do it all the time. So I want you to recognise that there's a trigger. I want you to recognise that you're going on your phone, and stop yourself from going on your phone and replace that behaviour with something else. Now, one thing I would recommend for you to do, especially at the moment, I am filming this at the end of April 2020, so we're actually in lockdown in this country and in many across the world. One thing that we could really benefit from is connecting to the natural world. So every time you get that cue, that trigger, instead of going on your phone, go over to the window and look outside. Look at the trees, look at the flowers, look at the sky, look up at the clouds. Even if it's a rainy day, if it's raining, put your hand out, feel the rain, connect with that nature. So every time you get the trigger, go outside, look outside, see if you can just walk down the garden path and just notice any new plants or new buds coming out, and do that instead of going on your phone. That will give you the most wonderful reward, because connecting to nature causes us to actually produce some wonderful feel-good chemicals which will calm down our nervous system and actually boost our whole well-being. So that is my little sort of experiment for you to do today. I'm actually recording this on Wednesdays, and on a Wednesday in the big happiness world, it's Wild Wednesday. So that's why today I've suggested this experiment to connect with the natural world instead of disconnecting by going on your phone. So that's my little challenge for you. I hope that you take it up, and I will see you again. If you've enjoyed this video, then I would highly recommend you check out the courses that we have available at the moment. On the Big Happiness website, you will find links to any courses that we've got available. Two that I would highly recommend to you are one, Hardwiring Happiness. That is a 7-day experiment into learning how you can start to hardwire your brain and your nervous system for happiness. It is jam-packed with tools, with techniques, with knowledge, with the science of self. So that's number one. Number two, if you fancy a deeper dive and a much more experiential experience, then I would recommend Boost to you. Now, Boost stands for Biohacks to Optimize and Organize Self-Exploration and Transformation. Basically, it's about helping you to build real resilience amid fear and uncertainty. So if you're ready to make sense of your thinking, your behaviours, your negative patterns, those patterns of protection that I like to call them, then Boost would be a good place for you to go and explore yourself. So have a look at the links, and I hope to see you there. Take care.